Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us for this Facebook Live this morning. It's Friday, it's June 20th. We got a lot of weather stuff to talk about this morning. But first, quick reminder for you, you can find us live here on Facebook each and every weekday morning. We go live about 8 o'clock. We'd love if you could join us live here on the stream. If you can't, though, you can find us later in the day. It stays on your feed, so just watch it whenever you can. You can also find us on our Inform YouTube channel and your favorite podcast platforms. Just go to inform.com/podcast and look for the Inform Minute. All right, Lydia, where do you want to start? A lot to talk about.
Where to start, Scott? Where to start? Okay, so we had some thunderstorms last night. Had a quick little thunder shower here in Fargo about 5 o'clock this morning.
Yeah.
Right as first news was starting. We were doing mic checks. It was raining. It was thundering.
Yes.
That cleared out within 10 minutes. It was pretty quick. Left behind about a half inch of rain between the thunderstorms last night and that quick shower this morning here in the metro. Now the rest of your day were partly cloudy or warm, muggy, dew points on the rise, temps up into the 80s today, feeling likely like the 90s.
Yeah.
Sweaty.
Getting hot.
A little bit of a breeze out of the southeast at 10 to 15, gusts up near 20. Now later tonight is when we watch out for this elevated risk of severe storms. A significant severe weather day. We have a level 3 risk for severe weather, and that's not rare per se, but it's not often.
Yeah.
We don't always see that orange color on those severe outlook maps, at least in this part of the world. So as these storms first develop, which right now I'm thinking something around supper time, 6, 7 o'clock, we start watching out for those. They will be these individual cells, and that's where you can really get the spin. That threat continues through the evening. So after supper, toward about 10 o'clock at night, I'm still watching out for some of that tornado risk. It's those individual cells where that tornado risk is at its highest. That's where you can get the spin with those. As the storms kind of cluster together overnight, you're looking at big hail, 2 to 3 inches in diameter.
Oh, wow.
That's about a golf ball to a tennis ball.
That'd do damage.
That's large hail. And then damaging winds, up to 75 miles an hour for your wind gusts. Especially, again, as they kind of cluster together, they almost get stronger together, and then you get that push, and that's going to be where you can have those damaging winds.
Yeah.
That lasts through the overnight, wrapping up by about 4 o'clock in the morning.
Okay.
So we're in for some bumpy weather.
Yeah.
I don't want you to panic, but I do want you to be aware that we have that elevated risk for tornadoes, especially today. So not just our regular old severe thunderstorms. This is a little bit of a step up. We're hatched today. That's a really confusing thing, but there's those SPC outlook maps, and then there's a tornado risk map, and we have a hatched risk for tornadoes today. I have a full breakdown of what that means on my Facebook if you want to take the time to read it. But that is that elevated risk for tornadoes. I want you to have multiple ways to receive warnings if a warning is issued for your location, and I want one of those, especially because this is a nocturnal situation, I want one of those to be able to wake you up.
Yes.
So don't necessarily rely on an outdoor siren, because those are not even meant to be heard indoors, let alone for a sleeping person.
Yes.
Don't maybe rely on your phone unless you know that it's cranked up and it will wake you up. I just want everybody to be aware if they're under a tornado warning, because that can happen while you're sleeping tonight. I want you to know where your safe spot is in your house, if you're going camping, if you're going to be out and about, whatever you're doing, just know what your safe spot is so that you don't have to make a panicked game time decision. You just know that, okay, if I'm in a tornado warning, I am going here and then done. I want you to enjoy a warm, summery, muggy afternoon, and then about supper time tonight, I want you to start being weather aware. There's your checklist for the day.
Good to know.
Storms fade away by about 4 o'clock in the morning. Tomorrow's hot.
Yeah.
Oh, near
Crank it up.
90. Dew points up near 70. It'll feel like the triple digits for a lot of spots. Yeah. Pop-up thunderstorm is possible, but unlikely. Most of us stay dry. Looks like a good day for the pool, the lake. Just make sure you stay cool even if you're in the water.
Yeah.
That can be a little mind deceiving. Sunday, hot and sticky again, temperatures in the low 90s. We're looking at dew points up into the 70s. We watch out for a cold front to crash into hot and sticky air, which means more thunderstorms. So this cold front moves in. I see less of a tornado risk come Sunday because it is a linear situation. It's not those individual cells that we just talked about. So big hail, damaging winds looks to be the primary threats with those. Sunday afternoon, Sunday evening. Other side of the cold front by Monday, we're looking at low 70s, clouds, maybe a few showers, and dew points back into the 50s, which is comfy.
Okay.
Much different on Monday. We'll build our way back toward the 80s by the time we get to the end of next week. Should have fewer thunderstorms
That'll be good.
for next week. It's been very busy.
Yes.
Our Storm Tracker team is going to keep you updated. That Storm Tracker app is a great tool. Make sure you do have the notifications set and location services set so that it follows you wherever you go, especially if you're moving around from county to county today, and that it will alert you if any sort of a warning is issued for your location. I wouldn't be surprised between me, you, and Facebook for a tornado watch today.
Yeah,
That's
certainly.
kind of where my inkling is leaning toward.
Yeah,
All right.
possible.
I think that's all.
Okay.
Stay safe.
Lot to keep up
Enjoy
on.
your
but,
day, but just keep it in the back of your mind that we
yeah.
do have an elevated risk today.
All right,
All
Lydia.
right,
Thanks
thanks.
for the update. Thanks for your hard work. All right, today, jury deliberations begin in a Grand Forks murder trial. 27-year-old Nicholas Narveson faces life in prison. He told jurors that he thought the man he shot, 53-year-old Jimmy Jorgensen, might shoot him. Jorgensen was walking from the bathroom back to a bar stool that he was sitting on at Sledster's Bar in Grand Forks last 4th of July when this all happened. Narveson fired 5 shots. 2 of the bullets hit Jorgensen, who ended up not having a weapon. Meantime, a shooting suspect is on the run this morning and then also considered armed and dangerous by police after a drive-by shooting near the MSUM campus. It happened shortly before noon on Thursday on 12th Street in Moorhead. Police say the suspect left the scene in a white car, and they say this shooting is not a random act of violence. Meanwhile, the 17-year-old who was shot is out of surgery and on the road to recovery. If you know anything about what happened, you're asked to call police, but if you confront this suspect that's on the run, you're not supposed to approach them or anything like that. Just make sure you call police and let them know what's going on. New for you this morning, a young woman has life-threatening injuries after a crash with a semi-truck. That crash happened about a half hour southeast of Thief River Falls, just after 9 o'clock last night. A car was going south, the semi was going north. They smashed into each other. The car's driver, 22-year-old Lily Graves of Red Lake, was hospitalized. The driver of the semi-truck was not hurt. And a 16-year-old girl is seriously injured after a separate crash with a different semi-truck. This happened in North Dakota. It was a few miles northwest of Valley City. The teenage girl is from Hannaford, North Dakota. According to police, she didn't stop at a stop sign and T-boned a semi-truck. She was not wearing a seatbelt, suffered life-threatening injuries. The 68-year-old driver of the semi-truck was not hurt. A Jamestown man will be back in court on July 9th facing 8 charges after an 11-hour standoff. 30-year-old Jacob Schmidt is currently in the Stutsman County Jail. A woman, told police that Schmidt threatened to kill her. She and 3 kids got out safely, but Schmidt barricaded himself inside a mobile home with his 2-year-old son. The Jamestown Special Operations Team eventually got inside. They found Schmidt and the boy on a bed soaked in urine. Schmidt is facing felony charges, including terrorizing, illegally possessing a firearm, drug use, and child neglect. All right, you might notice some smoke or even flames today if you're driving north of the metro. But don't worry, it's just part of the FM diversion project. Crews are actually going to be burning a tree pile northeast of Argusville near the diversion outlet. That smoke could be visible from a long way away, including I-29 and Highway 75 across the river. All right, today on Hot Mic with Dom Izzo, the NBA season will come down to 1 game. That's after the Pacers throttled the Thunder to force a Game 7. That's going to be on Sunday night. Plus, they're going to be live at the Moorhead Country Club to get ready for the Red River Amateur Championship that's going on. Starts today. You can watch Hot Mic from 9 to 11 on WDAY Extra. And don't forget, for just 99 cents a month for your first 3 months, get an all-access pass to our website, inform.com. Just go to inform.com/subscribe to get that deal. And remember, join us for our newscast the rest of the day. Next one's at 11, then 4, 5, 6, 9, and 10 with all the active weather moving in this evening. Make sure to tune in for those newscasts, especially at 6 and 9 and 10. They'll keep you up to date on everything happening. And then throughout the weekend, be sure to stay with us as well, as there could be weather that pops up, especially on Sunday evening. So just keep that in mind. Be weather aware. If you want to know the latest on what's going on with the weather tonight and Sunday as well, we got severe weather, potential for tornadoes. We have extreme heat as well, hot and humid. Just rewind to the beginning of this Facebook Live, and Lydia will tell you all about it. You can also check out that Storm Tracker weather app and get all the details there. All right, everyone, have a great weekend. Stay safe out there, please, and we'll see you back here on Monday.